Okay, good evening once again. Let me continue with the criterion C, for which we had solved this problem in the yesterday's class. Let me just give a review of what we have done in the previous one. You can go back to my website. I don't know whether that's directly coming back to my YouTube channel and looking at this. Okay, if you are directly coming here, you can just go back to my channel and my website and see this one here. Now this is my website, iphysicswithrav.com/home. Click here. You have DPP here and you have MYP here. I give a support for both MYP and as well as DPP. So click on this MYP. Let's open to your daily practice problems. We have here. So one of these problems. Okay. So now whichever we're doing criterion C here. I think criterion B problems would be over here, and the criterion C problem would be over. Okay. The question would be here. Solution would be obtained over here. So solution is what you will be looking into your YouTube. The question, the previous question, will be over here. So you can look at. For example, if this question was on something like November 5th, then the previous question would have been November 4th. Okay. So you can click on this and you can get the question. You can click on this and get the solution for it. Okay. Now let me go back to the problem. Criterion C, the whole class collected the data and presented in the following graph. Click and drag to add the line of. Okay, I'll just reveal this problem one. So this was the problem we looked into earlier. We had an inclined plane and the height of the ramp was increased, so the release of the object also increases. And then we use this as our independent variable. The dependent variable is nothing but the distance between the end of the ramp and the place where it stops. Okay. So why does it stop? Because there should be some friction, and as a result of it, naturally it has to stop. But now we know all this. Now let me come back to this. The whole class collected the data and presented the following graph. Click and drag to add the line of estimate. I do not have the exam question, so I will not be able to drag it. But instead, what I can do is I can just draw a line of estimate. So this line of estimate is for 2 marks. How do I draw? Let me reduce this, but you will be able to see. Now, a line of estimate is one, which could be a line or which could be a curve. Most probably here it's a line in this case. Okay, in such a way that it should pass through almost all the points. So which are the points I can take? For example, let me start from here. Then I can draw all this. I can draw this line like this. Passes through all of them except for these two. So this could be a better line of this. Okay. So maybe if you have here, I have a line tool. If I have a line tool, then definitely I will be able to draw it up. This line tool. No, I don't have this line tool. Okay, I do not have this, but okay, in your exam, probably they might give you a line tool and you can draw it up. Don't use these free hand style. You can use this one. Okay, so now I have drawn this. This is for 2 marks. See here. Right. You can drag to add a line of estimate. Then see what we observe here is that it should be a straight line. And secondly, you see to it that it passes through almost all the points. They have made a mistake over these kinds of things. Okay, almost the same, but still. Okay, so there's some mistake. Right. Next. Now you see once again on the x-axis, distance traveled and ramp height. Ramp height is nothing but your independent variable, and the distance traveled is your dependent variable. Write it down. Independent. Independent. Okay. Next. Describe the relationship between the two variables shown in the graph. So what is the relationship between these two? They are seen to be linear. First ones. They are linearly proportional. Will I get 2 marks for linearly proportional? I won't get this. So the command term here is to describe. So you write it properly. Don't just mention linearly proportional. What you should do? You should say as the ramp height increases, the distance traveled by the object or mass also increases and is seen to be linearly proportional. Not mentioned linearly proportional and is seen to be so linear here. There is a mistake if you put linear here. It's seen to be proportional to each. Mention it like this. Okay. Determine from the graph the value at which the line of respect crosses the x line, x axis. Value is just asking you the value. How much marks is this for? 1 mark. Okay, so what you're going to do is that you are going to extend this line backward, cuts the x axis this one. Probably it is cutting at 0.3 meters away. Okay, so you are going to write here determine, and it's only for 1 mark, so 0.3 meters. I think this much is sufficient. You don't need to write the explanation. Outline the significance of the value in part 8c in terms of the movement of the block. So what does this tell you? Why do I want to find this? That's the question. So the answer here is that you can say this is the, let me go back. Graphs always tells you some story. See, when you put this as 0.3 meters, when the ramp height is 0.3 meters, the distance traveled by it is 0. What does it tell you? It tells you how much mass is 2 mass. Tells you that 2 points required. The minimum height of the ramp should be at least 3 centimeters, so that dot just lands at the end of the ramp. Okay. Second point, if this distance, not distance, this height, because here measuring about height only mentioned. If this height is less than 30, there's an outline and there's a significance. Okay, so do not mention, it will not come to it. You need to mention the physics behind it. If this height is less than 30 centimeters, then object not reach the end of the plane. This is due to the frictional force when the incline of the object. Maybe you can also say the object's kinetic energy is not sufficient energy enough to overcome the frictional force between the energy lost due to friction between the ramp and the object. You can mention that also, which I'll have much more clear. Okay, I'm not writing it here. I just told you, you can just convert it. Next, outline the validity of the method used to follow the determine the relationship. What is the validity of the method? Method is 1 mark over here. Perfectly valid. How can I say perfectly valid? Because we have followed the independent, dependent variable, or whatever we have written in the beginning, we have followed the same. The variables mentioned during the hypothesis are occupied, maintained. Maybe you can also say the experiment was set up and the variables were used the same way as described. Now this is my ramp. This was the distance. Go back to this. What does it say? Distance traveled after the end of the ramp. Distance traveled. So this distance is going to be measured. This will be your dependent variable. Okay. Now we have to choose something else. So I'm not going to choose this height over. I'll keep this also as a constant. What else can I choose? This will vary provided the friction is changing over here. Now, how do I change the friction? I can start with something like initially I can start this plane. I can put one sandpaper on top of it. Sandpaper. Then what else can I put? I can put something like a glass. I can put a wood. I can put a plastic. Right? Now what's this question over? We have got an idea. What is the question over? The question is that how does changing the material of the incline affect the stopping distance from the end of the incline. Right? This is good. Right? So you already got the arc. Now let us move on next one. Formulate and explain the hypothesis that the question in 11A would test. Once again the same question. Formulate and explain. So you are getting trained for twice, right? Criterion B you are getting twice over here. Okay. So what do we do? What is the formulation? If the friction between object and the surface increases, then what will happen? The distance between the end of the incline and the stopping point change. This could be your hypothesis, your formulation. The explanation, you need to explain. This will get you 1 mark for explanation. Now, friction between the surfaces can be altered by changing the surface of the inclined plane. Since it's explained, you can explain it clearly. Okay. Example: if sandpaper is used, what will happen if sandpaper is used? Sandpaper is used, then the stopping distance will decrease because friction is high. If glass is used, if glass is replaced with sandpaper, then what can happen? Friction will reduce. Here, we have space. Friction will reduce, and the object can travel a longer distance. That's better than everything. Then Independent variable. What is the independent variable here? Type of objects. Type of objects. Example: sandpaper. Type of objects of the inclined plane. You can say type of the inclined or material of the inclined. Right. Sandpaper, glass, plastic, wood, metal. Any one of them could be. Then dependent is given control variable. What is the control variable? Height of the incline and mass of the object. These all would be two control variables. Outline the data you will collect. What the data you will collect? Again the same thing what you have written. But this time is only for 2 marks. Then limit your description. How do you limit? First one, the object is released from the top of the incline and the stopping distance from the end of the incline on the horizontal surface is noted using a ruler. This step is carried out 3 times for each surface. Second point, the inclined plane is replaced with a different material. Maybe you can mention example: glass with sandpaper. And step 1 is carried out. Lastly, readings are tabulated in a structured tabular column. Okay, fine. I think we have come to an end for criterion C, which has seemed to be a much lengthier one. Thank you. Let's see criterion D tomorrow.